show them who deserve this bounteous land. If they think kinship will give us pause, they're wrong.
The enemy approaches! Forget who they are! Just kill them! No hesitation now. They're still the enemy. God is on our side. We will triumph. When kin fights kin, only the truest survive. They will find us worthy opponents!
Because we're countrymen, they won't.
Forget who they are! Just kill them! Time to test ourselves, lads! No hesitation now. They're still the enemy. Ha! The enemy approaches! No hesitation, lads! They're still the enemy! Show no mercy to these foolish upstarts!
We'll show them who deserve this bounteous land.
Show no mercy to these foolish upstarts!
We will prevail! They will know fear!
Run while you can!
We will prevail! Let battle commence!
Take the fight to them! Get them before they get us!
awaits! Let's do this, lads! Don't falter now, lads! The enemy reveals themselves!
My sword, your back!
Glory awaits!
Take no prisoner! Take the fight to them! We will prevail!
Mow them down!
We have discovered the enemy's hidden
Our foes have
units.
surprised us!
The enemy
Where did they
approaches.
come from?
Break them.
Charge them!
Brace yourself, friends.
We sighted the enemy!
The enemy reveals themselves! Our foes
The
have
enemy's
surprised
attacking
us!
our ally.
Take 11. Take 11, guys. Take 11. Ladies and gentlemen, take 11. You know what? Every time it's been crashing, I believe it's because I've been trying to show the army and I haven't been fast forwarding it. Every time I've watched it flawlessly, I've forwarded it, forwarded it to just about the first engagement. And so in fast forward, I'm going to attempt this, and I'll try not to get too low with the unit card, this sucker, because I think that affects it as well. But I'm center. Right flank, we got Jackie Boy. Left flank, we got Von Stein or Von Steen. I'm not sure. I'm an ignorant American, baby. But we've got Illyrian tribe of Britannians. We got the Gangani. First time using them here in this battle, I believe. For me, in the center. And then we've got the Gangli, I believe is how you say it, on the left flank. The left flank is bringing 5 cav, 0 skirmishers, 0 range. Center is bringing 2 bows, 2 javies, skirmishers, So that's 4 skirmishers total. And then in the center, and then on the right flank, we got 4 javies. 4 skirmishers on the right flank. So that is what? We got 4, 8. We got 8 skirmishers total for the Britannians. We've got 3 cav on the right flank with a gen, including a gen, 3 cav in the center, including a gen, and then we have 1 in the distance there for bait, to bait the enemy in. And then we have, I do know how many cav he has. He has 5 total, so he's got 4 moving up here and then 1 out there to bait and lure the enemy in. He never communicated me with him trying to lure the enemy in, but I definitely wanted to be able to respond, so I wanted to be getting at least closer to respond with my cavalry, bringing it up with my right flank, staying level with him. I'm a better cavalry commander than infantry, I'd say. Hopefully this doesn't crash on us. We've got 3 Roman armies here of the 7th Legion. I believe Claudia. Yeah, I believe this is the Claudian legions. This battle has been kind of a nightmare to record. It keeps crashing on me when I finally get going, and then I accidentally canceled my first commentation of this battle, so it really I felt a bit defeated after that, so it kind of threw off the whole vibe. But today we have a 3v3. Romans defend Hadrian's Wall against the Britannians, the northern tribes, I imagine, of Britannia, the Deccanli, the Gangli, the gang. It's like Gang, G-A-N-G, A-N-I or something. So I'm going to call them Gangli, and then the Silures for the third faction of the Romans, third faction of the Britannians. And I know I'm talking about the Britons as we're looking at the Romans, but just look at this, guys. 7th cohort, looking great, and I believe they have all the separate legions have. There will be 5 legions, and all 5 legions have different decals, paintings on their shields, and I believe even their armor. So it's pretty damn cool. I really hope to see this mod continue. I really look forward to playing more of this mod. I love anything Rome, but I've been holding off on Rome 2. I just went through a dawnless days love playing that, and here we are with this mod, Caesar in Britannia. I just want to point out, this unit went directly through all of these cohorts, crisscrossed one way, crisscrossed the other way, and then went directly through the backs of them. I wonder if that was on purpose, huh? Somebody else might be wanting some views, some angles, and somebody might be playing with them. Well, let's continue with the rest of the Romans. We have Gaius Vicinius with a 240 unit regiment, full health, and we got Gaius Vicinius bare-fisting it, baby-faced, and then, hold on, we got 2 with a sword, and everybody else has got a spear, so maybe this is the guy. This is his pupil. It's a bastard child. Excuse my language. We have Legatus in the center, and actually we have 2 of these guys as well. That guy's talking. That's him. Maybe that's a centurion. But we've got guys Fabius as well. 2, if I said as well twice. And he's right there. The only guy that does not... Oh, there are 2. Perhaps one's a centurion. This looks like the main dude. He's got a different sword. Long sword compared to the gladius. That's the main dude. Okay. Well, should we go into tactics, or should we go into the rest of the units of the of the Romans in Britain's goodness. Real quick, real strong center. Center will be to this tree line and to this first, to include this first choke point of the wall. That is center. Left flank, or I mean right flank of the Britannians, or left flank of the Romans, is Hadrian's wall, these three choke points. And then left flank of the Britannians will be this tree line. I want to bring it up. If you hold space and this hide foliage is check marked, foliage will go away if you are close enough to it holding space. If you don't hold space, boom. So there's that. Let's see. They got some small units of cav here. I want to bring to attention, they have one unit. If you can't get into information, hit shift twice. They've got one unit with a speed of 84. The Aravacorium LA with a light melee. Melee 13, damage 28, but their speed 84. That's super vital. All the rest of the Romans have speed of lower to 69 and to even at 49. Okay, the Romans are out there on the right flank. I don't like this, but let's not get into that just yet. The Romans set up in their center with square and spears on their left. Well, that's a little bit of center too. On their left, they have sentries, smaller units of cohorts, 7th Legion. And there'd be 160 defending each choke point, and unit regiments of 80. They've got reinforcements on their left flank, full healthy cohorts, and then in their center, they got full healthy cohorts on the front lines. And on the right flank, it looks like they've got some allied Britannians spears and some auxilia spears as well. Looks like a really wide and open right flank as of now. I remember the Romans having a sword over here, but perhaps they're moving it over. Maybe not soon enough, or maybe it's too soon. That is the Roman army. And one more thing, they've got 4 archers with a range of 175, and then 3 slingers of a range of 195. That is the Roman army, and the Britannians move in. What a nightmare this has become. But here we are at 2714. And a visual glitch there. Or no, that's a bird. That is a bird. That is a bird. Let's see if we can get a close-up on that. Caw. Well, there's that. There's our bird. Looks like a hawk. Army in the distance. Here we go. 1710. 1714. And we are in the trees as our bird flies on. I'm being really aggressive here. This is my setup, by the way. When I hold space so I can see all that stuff. Right, that's moving fast. Ammunition, but without it, it's just the unit cards and what they are. But I want to be aggressive here, and I want to box the enemy in. They didn't take the bait for that lone cav out there, probably because I was being aggressive. A little bit more communication on the ally von Stein's part, and I would have held off, but they didn't take the bait, so I was being aggressive. I was trying to box them in. Right army, moving up. Let's go check this guy out. Nice club right there, man. Nice sword. I think out of those 3 weapons, I'd want the sword or the back club there. But maybe that one. I might not. That's nice. I like it. Alright. I wish it would put you like right above the unit when you get out of cinematic mode. Let's get back over here. Hey, check this out. If I haven't mentioned it, if you got that stuff locked, when you zoom in, the foliage will leave. I do gotta say, if it's a better atmosphere if you gotta hold space, because it reminds me of, I mean, everything seems real dead when it's automatic like that. But anyhow, I would like for my ally to be aggressive here. We could definitely win this left flank cab engagement. They do have spears moving up, but as of right now, they're moving in slow. Right now is our chance to be aggressive. I'm trying to bait them in. They see all that stuff. They can't. I'm not going to be able to bait them in right there, but I do want to draw their attention. And if they do continue to pull units over here, good, I believe. Honestly, I want all of our cav to pull their cav, and I wanted to be aggressive there because we could have won it. If anything, bait them in, like I'm about to show how I do. And if you followed the cinematic intro of the barbarians of Britannia, the tribes of Britannia, I call them Ghoul earlier. But anyhow, if you followed it, you've seen it in cinematic mode. But I get aggressive here. I wanna draw their attention, like I've been saying, and my troops are moving in. This can happen any day now. Nothing going on. I don't know if I showcased anything properly. There's so many failed takes of this that I'm missing a lot of information. Unless I want to write down, minute by minute, few minutes by few minutes, which is basically coming down to my recordings aren't going past 5 minutes. We're coming up to that right now, so I might check it. But this has been basically a nightmare. So the Romans have reinforced with a spear, but it's out of line, and I want to see what their micro's looking like. I also want my ally to be aggressive. His army's almost here. If we could get these cab engaged and or drawn out, it'd be nice. He's got that one. See, like a rear charge on those spears would be really great. Good response. Bringing up more cav. They don't have the speed to contend with ours. Speed 69. Giggity. 49 over there. And they got a 69 in there too. Oh, there's two rare. 64 is 49, so they're... I swear... Yeah, they got a 69 there.
The enemy's attacking our ally!
They got an 84 in here somewhere. Yeah. Vital. We be catching my troops. But we could definitely win this, even still. Be super aggressive, and then just before, they're going to charge us, just before they do, just like that, pull back, and they turn, you go aggressive, and you just bait them, and you bait them in. Third time's a charm. Let's do this. I keep on forgetting to change this button. First blood by the Romans. First death, Britannians. Man, that. All right. You got us. You got a few of us. We're starting out 10, 8, 8, 0. 10,880. I don't know why I did that. Alright, I was going to say 10,000, and then it led into 8, and then it led into the other 85, or 80. But I was slow to bring up my army. I was trying to walk them, keep them fresh. My allies wanted to run up. Gives them a good amount of time to freshen up and recover, but I consider my troops like an engine. You run them and you run them, even if they, you reach here tired, that's one tired of the day. What else you got? Because you already went through your first tired of the day, your first effort of the day. and that correlates to, because that's a big deal. You're running across the field in full armor. But these guys don't really have that. Nice shields. Really love the shields. I love it.
Take the fight to them!
I got some painted youths, heroic spears. It's going crazy. Let's stay away from those guys. I got my archers over here on the right flank because they have their archers on the right flank of our. Jeez, goodness, they have their archers there. They're pulling their archers to contend with our eventual cav. I'm bringing over Javies, and I let them see that, and this, it showed them that I'm bringing over Skirmisher, and they are coming over to respond to that. And they left. Thankfully, they left a single archer alone here because I was probably going to use it on something else. Probably get a side shot at, whatever, man. Oh, yeah. That's right. I was protecting my cav. I wanted to get some charges going. All their cav is on their right, our left. They're starting to bring over. There's some cav, but it's their general units, and then those 4 smaller units. So I'm basically free to do whatever. I interact with my ally right here, and I ask him to move his troop. He's bringing up some Javies here. Let's keep an eye on those guys. And he moves his troop just in time for me to get a semi-proper charge. Doing some good damage there. So get over here. I do 10 damage, 10 kills there. Get 10 kills on the Romans. Good charge. I pull them out, no damage. Well, maybe a few deaths. Here, Ally's going real aggressive with his Javies. He's setting up for those frontline kills, and the discipline of the Romans break.
See, they flee before our might.
And they go after that, but I don't know if they saw it or not. I got 3 swords here right now, right here. I charged with the one. I really should have went a little bit forward here, come back, and then charge, and then bring up here in case they want to defend and try to rescue their troop. But they do not, and so it allows me to decisively cut down this cohort sentry here. They end up getting about 25 kills, I do believe it is. Oh, and I missed that.
See, they flee before our might.
To the last man. What are you guys shooting at? Oh, we found where they were shooting at. But they were not, their micro was poor, and hopefully it's due to this flank over here. Yeah, it looks like there's some movement, and they're reinforcing the line, so their micro was poor. They did bring over the rest of their archers, but I was able to eliminate decisively an archer. I've used a few extra volleys. That was like 6 volleys in total. I started out with 13. I have 10, and they got 12 and 12 there. So 3 to R2, a little bit looking better.
Our tactics are working.
still decisively cutting down this cohort sentry. 21 kills so far, 20 there, and then 8. I got 2 to their 1. And you know, I'm putting some pressure back in the center. I would like for my ally to do the same. I would hope for him to do that. But he's also microing the left. I would rather him focus completely on the left, but his infantry is vital in the center eventually. Here, I'm going to pause it real quick. Okay, we paused it because this has been a nightmare. I really hope this works right here, but we're going to remember 1703. All right, here we are. We're back. I've got skirmishers moving up. He is engaging on the left flank with spears. His spears against spears, and then spears against sword here. Let's check out, you know, 8 and 28, and then 8 and 28. So that's that. But 260 to their 160. They should really be getting 2 swords in there as well. Like I said, I would rather him completely focus on this left rather than help me out. You know, if he, you know, be really aggressive right there up against my troops. And we're back. So, the Romans, they see us using our, you know, they saw us on our right, their left using our cav. They want to get in on some of that action. And left flank didn't bring up his troops fast enough. And so, thank goodness, I got my axes engaged there. I wonder if I actually sent them into that engagement because of that. And as you can see, I'm pulling them out immediately. Look at that. That limited time of them fighting, they are immediately damn near 100 troops down. Right there. What flipping happened? And this happened because I'm in a narrow formation. They all tried to go deeper into the formation and they died off. This guy's 1131, so something happened. Did he get that charge off, or are they using ammunition? What happened there with that unit? They only got 8 kills. Okay, so back to it. First charge in the center by the ally here. Really great work. We began using our cav. They want to use their cav. We started a precedent, and they are being aggressive. And he gets a solid charge there on the side of my axes. I pull him back. I'm responding with my spears and even an axe, hopefully to get in behind here. But they do have that second layer of defense, and this sword immediately filling in the gaps. So you know, I do not want them sallying out. So I widen my flank of spears, and I'm not engaging with them. I want them to stay alive to support against the cavalry. Let's check out this left flank. I'm trying to get side shots into this unit right here. He really should get a sword over here and be side charging. Get a side charge into these. But with these troops, I told them to throw on these guys, and they don't throw. They go into melee. They must have been in melee. I don't know, but it didn't even look like they went into a charge there. So it's just real unfortunate, and I don't notice this until later. And during this battle, I forget about holding space for foliage. So hold space for foliage. So I was talking to my ally, and I was like, hey man, my axes alone are getting slaughtered. Absolutely slaughtered. I'm going to need at least 2 troops, 2 of our units to be fighting their Romans at once. It would half our penalties. You know, it allows us to survive longer, having 2 units against their 1. And I immediately support again, you know, with my troops, with supporting his chosen sword band against their cohort. And that chosen sword band is the real deal against the Romans. I did not bring the correct infantry to be contending with the Romans, and you will see such. Even with my troops supporting his great infantry, they began to really take losses. And I want to bring this up. look at this, guys. I forget about this unit for quite some time, and it's really hidden. I also go blind to the unit cogs down here. I start only focusing on my troops and using them and keeping them engaged and such. Look at this. I support the right flank with a spear. I don't want any sally outs. And it looked like he was being pretty dang aggressive with his spears. And so I just really wanted to get a spear over there to make sure that it was going to survive. So his sword right here was a woad swordsman, not the sword band. 12 and 30 to their 13 and 30, 40 armor and 25 armor. So unless you have the armor, the Romans are going to be cutting through you. And right here, the Romans do reinforce center. We were trying to get rid of that spear. I had to pull my troops out again. They were breaking once more, and they were not even losing many troops. And, you know, I pulled them out and supported and then reinforced my center, which if they were just aggressive here, which they are, but they're falling up real slowly. If they were aggressive, they would immediately break our center. And, you know, our center is actively breaking. I've got these jabbies over here, but my ally points out that I'm throwing in, you know, it throws into the backs of the troops. So if you got to really, really micro your jabbies, we are losing this center. And right is not having any luck. And with, you know, it's not having any luck. I bring up my bows, not to go for their freaking slingers, but to go for the back of this cohort here. I'm going for the back of that cohort. I got a lot of infantry, and I'm focusing on this auxiliary, which has the 8 and 28 to my 7 and 27. That's the best I can do. But I'm routing in the center. I am routing in the center. I got these jabbies here, and I'm trying to go for their general there. Let's see if that does anything. I don't think it's going to. You know, I'm trying to put him there again. We are breaking. Okay, I go for a charge there. I missed it.
Our men have turned tail and run, the cowards!
I'm losing center. I cannot win the infantry engagement, and so all that I have left are my archers, and I do have these swords, but even those swords, with how weak my axes were, I chose to, you know, basically give up on those swords, even having them. Not with using them and such, but not to rely on them, and I start to rely on my cav here. And the enemy, to fill in the gaps, they go in for that charge against my cav, but they really just charge the back of their troops and knock them over for my troops to get some more kills. My ally tries to support with a charge, gets one troop in there, maybe a couple more. Okay, gets that one in there. Get out of there, bro. Get out. Make it out. No. Okay, well, that charge gets disrupted my mine. I tell him to reset, and then I try to only attack this angle, but my troops do spread out, and that kind of blocks him. And it really, you know, it started, yes, I got a cav over here to charge. That made the Romans want to use their cav as well, and which made us, you know, really start to use our cav. So it looks like he's trying to go through a gap there, but just charges into the back of his own men. I'm really focusing all my infantry and stuff. I'm opening up for the ally to make charges. He's starting to cut through with his infantry, and there is a gap here that nobody notices. I'm trying to get some good fucking shots. Oh, I noticed that gap, but I'm trying to get the shots. I don't know if they do or not. I'm microing heavy in the center because my infantry is damn near all gone, and I do forget about this unit. I pulled back on the skirmishers because I believe they were getting shot at. I was shooting a little bit into the back of that troop. They go aggressive with their spears, and I'm just trying to hold the enemy in place here with my weaker infantry and allowing, you know, we are focusing our cav. My teammate Von Steen is using his cavalry beautifully. and he's supporting mine. And we are interacting with each other. I'm saying pull infantry here, marking it, and he's pulling infantry, and then he's refocusing somewhere else, and it's allowing great charges, and the Romans are not able to micro enough, it seems, to be able to properly defend against this. They go aggressive, we teach them what's up. They push out, get aggressive, we fill in the gaps with our cav. We teach them what's up. I go in for my charges, I pull out, he goes in for his charges. I'm holding that with my general, he comes in, supports. Enemy charges into my spears here, breaks out, he immediately fills the gaps in. I begin to overwatch and look for gaps, pull out my cav. He's doing more cycle charges. Look, he's getting this really nice angle right here. Gonna get a beautiful side charge there. He's supporting, and I was a little late to that. I was looking for observation and trying to micro and get my cav out. We both go in and reinforce his, his shot cav that is starting to break. Unfortunately, I noticed way too late, and I only noticed after watching this battle. I believe I get a good amount of friendly kills here. I wish there was a counter for friendly kills. And so both of those guys were going after that, flip and cav, but I might have gotten a lot of freaking kills on my ally right there, and I really apologize for that. And we are back, and so the cycle continues of using our cav. We have damn near no infantry in the center. Left is starting to crumble. They have the Eagle of the 9th engaged in this right of center. Well, in this center of left flank for Britannians. And they are starting to break through there, and we have no infantry in the center. All of our infantry in the center has broken, other than my 2 spears that I've been just holding the enemy in place with, and we are doing our best to hold the enemy in place, not allow them to be too aggressive by, wrapping around our flanks, and we're doing charges, cycle charges, in and out of the enemy. And at this time, our ally on the right flank brings over his cav and goes into the backs of all those troops, as we are busy holding off the bay of any, or the holding off the tide of Romans. They get aggressive here with the general. Ally Von Steen holds them in place. I wrap up and I try to support with my jabbies, hopefully not getting too many flippin' friendly kills here. It looks like most of them are going into flanks, thank goodness, but he's still... man, I'm so sorry, Von Stein. So sorry. Looks like he got into the rear there. These guys are holding out really strong, possibly too well. Morale is high, huh? Morale's 27. Oh, down to 9 and 8 right there. Meneg is -3. Getting rear charged, and I do not want this to spread and start to envelop us. So we rally on the right and the center with my troops, and then I hold in place with the only cav I have available. As these 2 cav are getting tied up with this sword, I commit the general to hold those in place as the jabbies clean up this cav that's going after them. And instead of going after this that's wrapping around our rear, I focus this blob, and I'm committing my general long enough to be able to fill in the gaps with the rest of my cav, and to try to pull out my gen as I get these jabbies with a little bit of ammunition left. 23 volleys, huh? Damn. And we're gonna watch a massacre here.
The men have been routed. They are leaving the field.
Wow. Wow. Devastating. Exactly what we needed. They break. Guys, Fabius breaks in the center. I'm getting my troops, and I have my archers engaged. And funny thing about these archers is that they actually have a melee skill of 13 with a melee of 33 and armor. So they're actually better than my fucking axes, excuse my language. But I'm holding them in the center. My allies wrapping up and cleaning up his and supporting his left flank to do his best to make sure it doesn't collapse. poor micro by the Romans here, and then a good charge. Oh, I thought it was with his cab, but he's holding the cab right there, and a good charge to hold off the infantry. He's supporting me again in the center against their general, and I am attacking this 7th Eagle cohort that they have, you know, reinforced in a sense too late, because I got a beautiful side charge there, and then they choose to attack the general, and because they're on formation attack, it moves the entire formation towards that, allowing these guys to just cut through any troop that's not actively engaging on this flank due to their movement of change of attacks. And so from here, you know, Wright's not looking too great. He did break through eventually with my support. These guys rally again. This might actually be a... No, I remember something about that. These guys rallied again. I was trying to get behind the enemy here, and I think I go back to microing somewhere else. Legatus is in the center there. We've got a healthy 100 unit, and right there I pull my troops from the center, and I try to go for this side charge. And like with my first unit, I go for that side charge to support the infantry, but it also catches the cav, and with this second unit I do a full charge into the cav, and so I stopped him in place from charging my friendly infantry, and then I charged him directly with my other cav, while this first got a little bit in, and look at that, he's pulling it to deal with my cav, to open up his cav, and he's allowing this general to begin, or to be unmolested against anyone else, you know, his flanks or anything, and to begin to cut through there. And they outnumber him 2-1, so that he'll win that. And then these guys break army losses, and these guys are freaking getting cut down. One of my cav break. My general did die, or I think he really just routed. And if I'm not mistaken, he should be, yeah, like whatever. I do remember he runs off this way.
The battle is turning in our favor.
Look at that, man. I still have a whole healthy axe there. Really would have been useful. And, you know, right flank begins to clean up. You know, with some support. And, yeah, it's a rout. It's a rout. And with that, we have that battle. This is a great flipping battle. I had so much fun with this battle. I look forward to more of Thrones, of Britannia, of Caesar in Gaul. I hear that real soon we'll have access to all 5 legions, and this beard glitch that you see right there, it is their beards. I mean, I guess, like, they don't have beards, but it's because it's glitching out and we're not seeing them. But it was a lot worse at times. Every time I try to go over here, yeah, these guys, yeah, you can kind of tell it's a beard right there. But mass army routes, cleaning them up. Forgot about this unit the whole flipping time because of how great this is. And I go blind. I go blind to the unit cards. And I only use the troops I have in sight. And I'm always trying to do the 360 to capture the entirety of the battle while viewing different angles from the enemy and from defense. But this was so great. You know, if the Romans had been... Why is that showing? If the Romans had been more aggressive, and then, you know, I don't know if they know about this space deal. And I didn't save the dang... so this auto-saved, but I tried to save it before the timer ran out, I guess. I don't know. But the autosave had the stats. This replay does not. So if I hit end, it's just going to take us back to replays. Yep. And that's that. I had so much flipping fun in that battle. And I really love the cycle charges of cavalry. I have heard that, you know, the Britannians didn't have horses at the time of 55 BC. And I just gotta say, if Hadrian's Wall was built, there would have been horses in the area. Hadrian's Wall was built by the Romans, correct? You know, they were, the Romans brought their own horses, which eventually would have been gotten or began to be bred, and a whole culture of horseback riding would have erupted the moment these horses would have gotten in Britannia and from the Romans. And that's just from the Romans. Who else brought horses there? I mean, I would like to learn the, you know, uh, migration of horses after hearing that comment. Just gonna say, if you're using chariots, you gotta have scouts. If you got horses, you got scouts. And if you got scouts, they're gonna group up eventually. But whatever. Caesar in Britannia is the mod. Thrones in Britannia is the game. Incredible. I look forward to more. Cheers, guys. Looks like Riflink broke through there with his jabbies. Good stuff.
The men have been routed. They are leaving the field.
To victory!
It's a rout. Our warriors flee the battle. See, they flee before our might. Have turned tail and run, the cowards!
Missiles! Watch it!
Incoming charge! To victory!
Our men have rallied.
To victory! Run them down!
Our men run from the enemy. This is shameful.
Sweet, that's sweet right there.
Our ally has fled.
That is absolutely
We are
sweet.
abandoned. Missiles, watch it. Our
Going into the
warriors have
side
lost
instead
the
of
will to
here,
fight.
it reinforces what I already have. And if they're not being aggressive in a whole area, it allows it to be open, to be viewed by whoever's looking. Changed the graphic settings, so I apologize for the choppiness. I'll have to change something back.
Our men have rallied.
I went Shadows Ultra. I normally can turn them off, but I messed with a few things and went into the game, and I just really, it didn't feel the same whatsoever. Ally got pushed off there on the right. Look at that, just incredible. I love it.
Our hidden units
Could have done that better. Definitely went into my own trips a little bit. Yeah, a good amount. Should have went through and then came over. They need a charge speed of at least their run speed, because they can run faster than that. Oh man, that's all that friendly. Oof. Should turn around, gentlemen.
It's a rout. Our warriors flee the battle.
Look at that. Full massive cav right there. And something still moving. It looks like they were kind of setting up right there. And they set up just in time. They're chasing down my skirmishers. Definitely high morale on those suckers. They are losing morale substantially right now, but they turn around and start throwing jabbies. And then once again, there's that massacre. The general holds that entire tide. Clean up on the right. Reinforced with my cav. Holding this entire blob with the cav. Moving in the skirmishers. They notice too late.
Our men run from the enemy. This is
Massacre.
shameful.
Massacre. Although I think that was close to a full unit there. Pull out the other cap because I already pulled out the general, but he does break. I just don't think he dies. Yeah, he's alive right there. Maybe. That guy's got a spear.
Our men have turned tail and run. The cowards.
Oh, first cohort there in the center in a square formation. Being able to get that side charge off, hold them with the skirmishers, microing with the axes to get at their, their bows. Their cav is now being much too defensive, while another is being aggressive. And just absolutely wrap it up. You need to turn the attack on formation off to stop that kind of movement when it's surrounded, when you do a new attack order. Otherwise they'll move like that and they'll start to get cut down on anything that's actively fighting them. They move as a formation. You need to turn off fight as a formation or keep formation or whatever it is. I still think that's a pull through. However, I just told my troops to go and attack this
They are leaving the field.
unit, and then I wanted to double clip here, so I charged in with the first to get at this sword, and then the second I directly charged. I thought I directly charged, and it stopped the attack on this sword, which allowed the reinforcements key and routed that sword, which allowed the general to continue to fight through. That was flipping phenomenal, if I do say myself. I love it. I live for those plays right there. First cap breaks, that's all right. He did a job.
Our men
Shift
run
twice if you
from
can't
the
get into your
enemy.
information.
This is shameful.
282, 219 with the back one. And just like my unit in the background is still there, 200 Axeman, you know, he had a, looks like he had a cab that was in the background that he didn't know about. Whoever this may be. Right breaks through with some assistance.
The battle is turning in.
And I'm just chasing. This is why I like to chase. Oh man, like, did you guys fight anything right there? Like, dang it. Which one freaking... What
See, they flee.
I
before
never
our
looked at my
might.
unit cards again. That's just the only explanation. When this battle began, I never looked at my unit cards once. Because I would have seen a full freaking axe. It's just hilarious. Right flank breaks through completely, starts to rout him. All right. What that is that?